The Psychology of a Liar, How Deception Becomes Identity. A Bambi Palermo and Pizzaverse Studios production. Written by Bambi Palermo. The first lie. I didn't do it. A lie is the cheapest magic trick in the world. You make a truth disappear, and for a second you look powerful. But the price always comes due. In this video, we peel back the layers of deception from the first fib to the full-blown con. We'll talk brains, guilt, manipulation, and the sickness of a soul addicted to pretending. The birth of a lying begins early. Around age 3, psychologists say. It's the child's first attempt at independence. I control what you know. At that age, they ain't malicious, they're learning cause and effect. The first time a kid lies and gets away with it, it's like hitting a jackpot. You realize words can shape reality, and that's a hell of a drug. From there, it becomes a pattern of survival. When honesty brings punishment and lies bring safety, the mind rewires. Experts like Dr. Paul Ekman and Dr. Bella DiPaolo call it adaptive deception. We learn it to protect ourselves, but some may weaponize it. The brain behind the mask. Lying activates the prefrontal cortex, amygdala, and hippocampus. It's mentally taxing. You gotta invent, remember, and maintain. But here's the kicker with repetition. The guilt response dulls. The amygdala's your conscience, the part that burns when you know you're full of it. Chronic liars? They fry that part like a bad circuit. Eventually, they don't feel nothing. Researchers at UCL found that with each lie, the emotional response lessens, making deception easier, smoother, faster. Lying literally becomes a reflex. The lie as a lifestyle. Now we enter the heavy territory: compulsive and pathological lying. Compulsive liars lie out of habit even when the truth would work fine. Pathological liars? They lie for identity. It ain't just what they do, it's who they are. Examples flash across screen: famous fraudsters, fake war heroes, online con artists, YouTube tough guys bragging about mob ties they never had. They lie because they need to feel important. They got nothing real to stand on, so they build castles out of bullshit. Psychologically, these types overlap with narcissistic, antisocial, and histrionic personality disorders. It's all about control, controlling perception, attention, affection, and fear. The social web. Welcome to the age of curated deception. Instagram filters, AI headshots, rented lumbos. We've normalized dishonesty to the point where truth looks boring. The world's full of liars now. Only difference is they call it branding. Psychologists call it impression management, the selective presentation of self. But the more we fake, the more disconnected we get. Modern lying ain't just personal, it's cultural. The liar's toolbox. Every liar's got techniques, subconscious or rehearsed. 1. Deflection. Why you accusing me? 2. Minimization. It wasn't that bad. 3. Projection. You're the liar, not me. 4. Gaslighting. Making you doubt your own reality. 5. Charm offensive. Smile, flatter, distract. It buys time. Experts break this down as manipulation strategy clusters tied to the dark triad traits: narcissism, ego, Machiavellianism, tactics, psychopathy, no remorse. They don't lie to survive, they lie to rule. Every con starts with charisma. The body tells the truth. You ever notice? The guilty can't shut up. The innocent don't gotta convince you, they just tell it straight. The psychology of self-destruction. Some liars don't lie to others, they lie to themselves. Self-deception reduces anxiety. It helps people cope with guilt or failure. Dr. Robert Triver's evolutionary theory says self-deception evolved as a survival tool. You lie to yourself so you can lie to others more convincingly. You can't sell a lie unless you buy it first. But the cost is huge: fractured identity, chronic anxiety, emotional collapse. The sociopath's symphony. Now we enter the abyss, the predator liar. These are your Bernie Madoffs, your cult leaders, your fake mob bosses. They don't feel guilt, they feel superior. Psychopaths see emotions as tools. They mimic empathy to blend in, but it's all mimicry. Inside, they're empty. They don't lie to hide pain. They lie 'cause it makes them feel godlike. Controlling people's beliefs? That's their drug. Experts discuss moral disengagement, how they justify the unjustifiable. It's not evil in their eyes, it's efficiency. When the mask cracks, the liar always collapses under their own architecture. Once lies conflict, reality leaks in. They panic, lash out, spin harder, but the audience already left. Truth don't need a lawyer. It just stands there, waiting for the noise to die down. This section explores cognitive dissonance, the tension between who they are and who they pretend to be. It's that breaking point where denial crumbles and the mask becomes too heavy to hold. The road to redemption. Not all liars are doomed. Some wake up after a marriage ends, a career burns, a secret gets out. Therapy helps reconnect emotion with consequence. Honesty becomes a daily rehab. Recovery steps. 1. Admit the harm. 2. Identify triggers. 3. Rebuild integrity brick by brick. 4. Accept that truth ain't easy, but it's clean. You don't fix a liar by Callan, and out you fix them by Macon, and face a mirror they can't lie to. The culture of lies. We close with society's addiction to falsehood. Fake news, deep fakes, AI faces, filtered souls. Truths become negotiable, optional. We live in a world where honesty's punk rock. Everyone's performing, nobody's living. The danger? We become numb. The real starts feeling fake. And when truth loses value, everything collapses: trust, justice, love, loyalty. The return to truth. Quiet piano score, a mirror on a table, a single candle burns low. Lion's easy. Truth? That's war. Every day, you wake up and decide whether you're going to hide behind the story or face the mirror. One choice builds you, the other buries you. The candle flickers out. The mirror shows the word truth faintly scratched into the glass. Bambi's word to the wise. The truth don't chase nobody. It waits. And when it catches up, it don't knock, it drags you out by the conscience. You can run from guilt, from love, from yourself, but you can't outrun what's real. Be brave enough to tell it, even when it hurts. That's where freedom starts. This was The Psychology of a Liar: How Deception Becomes Identity. A Pizzaverse Studios documentary by Bambi Palermo. Subscribe to the channel for truth told with teeth, for education that hits like a brass knuckle. We don't sugarcoat. We don't flinch. We tell it straight. Thanks for watching.